like definitely love to go to Phipps Conservancy. We're members, so we will go to all they have their different shows. Right now they have the orchid and bonsai trees, but they'll have a spring show coming up, and then they have one for the summer, and then they have a fall flower show, and then they have a Christmas show. And we love being able to go there and take pictures of flowers, go into the different rooms, see the waterfalls. They have one of the rooms is usually set up. I believe they've had it set up for Cuba one year. They've had just different things that they'll set up for that, and it's always like a real tropical place to go. They had a Hawaii, and it's always really interesting to see what they're have in that room. And I also love their butterflies. They have that usually towards spring and going into the end of summer. So it's just nice to see the butterflies and get to see them all flying around you and get to take the pictures. That's always something special with that. We also love museums. We love to go to the Carnegie Museum of Art. The Warhol is another one that we love to visit. There's even some smaller ones. Mattress Factory is another one, and it is not a place where you go and buy a mattress. It's a modern art museum.
Huh.
Westmoreland County Museum of Art is another favorite one that we like to go to. And sometimes we go to the aviary, and it's neat to see the birds as well.
Let's go back to the mattress factory a little bit because I know obviously you said it's a contemporary, but does it
Yeah.
literally have anything to do with mattresses at all? Even like it's
No.
just the name. Fair play.
Nothing to do.
Fair play. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Um, I, how big is that one? I'm just curious as far as the museum there.
It actually has several buildings that they do. So they might have one that you'll go into, and there's a couple of different floors with different things. And then they have some outside buildings as well that you're able to go. So I mean, it's pretty impressive with the size.
Super cool. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the food there and whatever food scene might be there. I know you mentioned specifically Sesame's Inn and then Capitol Grill.
Yeah, we love Sesame Inn. That is one of our favorite restaurants. It's a Chinese restaurant that we go to usually around my birthday, or we love to go there with our friends. And then Capitol Grill was one of the places when we were downtown. We went there for our anniversary. I think it was our 8th year that we were together, or maybe it was the ninth, and that was real special for us.
And then with Pittsburgh, maybe even Butler as well. Obviously, not too far from Pittsburgh, but Pennsylvania overall being a big, and those towns obviously in specifically, excuse me, being big sports cities, towns. Not that you have to be into sports, but do you experience that at all when you're exploring those areas?
We have a lot of Steeler fans with that for where we go. I'm not into sports, but I mean there are a lot of people that do love that.
hmm It totally makes sense. I know
Hmm.
growing up, so I grew up in Virginia, and there are a few people that I got to know, mostly working with them.
Hmm.
Obviously, moved, relocated, but in particular, who were from Pittsburgh, and whatever the sport it was, that was one of the big things that always came up. So I haven't had the chance to go to Pittsburgh myself, but I
Hmm.
guess a little bit visiting Philadelphia and things like that. Yeah, get a little taste for that in general. So totally makes
Yeah.
sense. um, and then I assume with Pittsburgh as well, getting around. I'm sure in your case, obviously you're visiting. You're not specifically driving, but you're
Hmm.
going by car. But do you know at all like how easy, if at all, it is to get around Pittsburgh as far as public transportation and all that and all that?
I know they have a lot of bus options. I can remember sometimes during the summer if we had car issues and we there was a bus from Butler that would take you to Pittsburgh and it would drop you off. And we did take some of the public transportation with that. So they do have some more options for being able to do that. There's also a T that, a subway, a small one that can take places. It's not like a New York City one, but that can happen. Now, this can be an issue though for people with disabilities. Sometimes that people with disabilities that might have that, it can be hard. I mean, yes, the buses are accessible, but they don't always have a lot of routes for that. Sometimes it can be hard, just be able to maneuver that with having a disability. And for somebody, that can also be great if you're just going out for maybe the day. But if you have to use that to be able to get to work, and your job doesn't isn't near that can be really hard, especially if you don't drive. So I mean, I think that can be hard too. And the same with Butler. And we do have a paratransit service in Butler, and there is one in Pittsburgh, but it's far from perfect. A lot of times people, they call it paratransit, but sometimes I've heard it being referred to as parastranded, and because they will not always pick somebody up, or it might be late, or it might be really early. So transportation, it's a little bit better if you would go towards Pittsburgh. I haven't used it on a regular basis, but I mean, it can be really difficult. That's definitely an issue, especially for people with disabilities.
Gotcha. And even with Butler in particular, you said it's a smaller town,
Hmm.
but and I know this wouldn't necessarily cover all the possibilities when it
Hmm.
comes to disabilities, but um, I'm sure with Pittsburgh, if if all else fails, easy to get an Uber or something like that in Pittsburgh, right? Is that similar in Butler? Or?
You can. I have not done an Uber. We used to have a taxi company. Sometimes I would do that, but yes, there are some options that people can do as well.